What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the title and the thumbnail. We're talking cheap fall fragrances. Official first day of fall is just a few weeks away. The temperature's already been dropping here in the Panhandle, believe it or not. I've had some decently not scolding hot weather. Even in the mornings, had some nice cool breezes when I leave to go do cardio. So we're getting there. So instead of just ones I'm excited to talk about to potentially wear in the future, like we did not long ago, this is ones that I'm starting to get really excited that I might start getting in the rotation much sooner than anticipated. We're talking cheap fall fragrances that can be found really in that like $50 to $60 range USD on down to like $20. Pretty affordable stuff, really good stuff, some that are channel favorites, and a few reachbacks that I haven't worn in a long time that I'd like to get in the rotation this fall. I'll have links down below for all of them if you want to do any shopping, but of course, you don't have to buy a damn thing to watch these videos as per usual. So let's talk about some autumn scents, shall we? The Frag Heads season, as it's known. Stay tuned. We might as well start with the expected, get it out the way. I probably will put it in the thumbnail. The fragrance this channel is most known for outside of my own two creations with Zaharoff. Acqua, Essenziale Blue. I did a random shock drop live stream yesterday, and we had several in the chat that were wearing it. Personal channel favorite. You can see the giant dent in the bottle. It takes me years to do that to a bottle most of the time. This is still my favorite blue when it comes to affordability. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, still my favorite. Yes, I've tried the L'Exclusive. Don't think it's worth the money. Check out my content on that if you want to hear more, but nice hit of citrus. It's a powdery aromatic between the way the lavender and the tonka bean come across. You get a hit of Ambrox, and it's not over-the-top shower gel. It's kind of in the vein of like if you mixed Bleu de Chanel with Dylan Blue, you kind of get something resemblant to this. Cypriol oil gives a little bit of an earthy green feel. It's fresh and spicy. It's a really good performer. It's cheap. It's versatile. You can dress it up and dress it down. Legitimately checks all the boxes. Not my favorite to wear in the high heat summer because it is pretty sweet and powdery for something to wear in the summer, but the other seasons, especially fall, I think this is an absolute banger for the season. So we had to start it off with kind of the only time I really wear it. I don't really wear it that much in the spring, but boy, when fall rolls around, it's a personal favorite. It's Acqua Essenziale Blue from Ferragamo. Now this one's on the upper end of what we were saying with affordable in that $50, $60 range, depending on if you get a tester, where you find it from. If you're buying it on one of the sellers on eBay, it's out of stock currently in the link below, but that's going to be the spot for the price. That's where I got mine, so click notify me if you're interested in getting Coach for Men Eau de Parfum. I think it's the best Coach men's fragrance in the line. This one will remind you of fragrances like Sauvage Elixir, of Absolute Aventus, down that path. This one I find pretty spicy and a bit more leathery than either of those. That's where it kind of separates itself, and then you still get some of that semblance to the original Coach for Men here with the way the fruitiness comes across, that kumquat pear combination, even though I don't really remember what fruitiness they list in the notes on this one, but it has kind of that similar smell to the original. Just much spicier and more leathery. This is really good stuff. It's an above average performer, not a beast by any means, but this is definitely not a summertime fragrance, not a warm weather fragrance. This is one that I've been eagerly waiting to get in my rotation for the fall season. This is built for it. I think you can dress it up, dress it down. I think it's a little bit better suited for the evenings, to be honest. It's kind of got that, mystical kind of evening mystique, pun intended, kind of element to it, it's masculine yet modern. It's alluring yet strong and assertive. It's kind of got a little bit of everything going on here. Like I said, kind of falling somewhere in between Coach for Men, Creed Absolute Aventus, and Sauvage Elixir. Kind of jumble all those together, and you get something kind of like this. It's Coach for Men Eau de Parfum. Iris, leather, sweet maninka fruit. Boss the Scent Le Parfum. Boy, is this a good one. 'Tis the season. 'Tis Boss the Scent season in general. All of them. The Elixir, Magnetic, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. They're all good. That interesting combination of the maninka fruit with iris and leather, though. Powdery, soft and supple, buttery smooth, a little, obviously fruity sweet. Man, this is a good one. This is a good one. I was very late to the party on getting this one because I was under the assumption that it was just another rebottling, rebranding of the old Parfum edition that came out years ago. And no. That was just Boss the Scent with Orris on top. It richened it up a little bit, and the Orris would fade. Orris, iris, tomato, tomato. This is the DNA, but twisted and manipulated. A lot of leather, like I said. And the iris is much more waxy, powdery, and hangs out for the entirety of the fragrance. This is genuinely an iris fragrance. Just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Great performer. Bordering the beastly type of stuff in longevity. Depending on how you spray is going to depend on that projection. Sillage lingers, though. Even at one spray, it's going to trail a little bit. And it's very affordable. All of these scents have gotten affordable in this line. It's good stuff for the season. Boss the Scent Le Parfum. Back to the blue. This is the season for me with certain blues, because the ones that aren't super fresh and aquatic and ozonic, airy, fresh, full of aldehydes, the over-the-top fresh blues, we leave those in the spring and the summer, because when it comes to fall, I like the spicier green elements in my blues with Boucheron Singulier. This has more of a classic aromatic fougere style to it, meets the modern blue shower gel type of scent profile. This is good. This is really good. This is great daily wear. This is office wear. This is signature scent masculine, basically, is what it is. It's modern meets old. Classic meets that current styling, basically, of the blue with the old school barbershop aromatic fougere. It's really well done. You can find this in the $30 to $40 range. It's got, above average performance. It's a damn good fragrance. I don't have a lot from Boucheron, but I'll tell you what. This one's pretty damn good. It is an eau de parfum, so it's got decent longevity. Of course, that doesn't always dictate what longevity will be, but this one behaves as such, where it's bright enough in the opening. It trails a little bit better and wears a little bit heavier than your typical eau de toilette. So, like I said, it behaves like a typical eau de parfum, and it's really good stuff. It's affordable. Man, this is some good one. You can wear this all year long, really. Not the best in the summer, but in the fall, it speaks to me. Boucheron Singulier. Now, here's an oldie but a goodie that I want to get in the rotation. I do have the new eau de parfum. The eau de parfum cannot fall into this price bracket. It's too new. It'll be in the designer list. But only the Brave from Diesel. When I do the designer list, it will be, which will be stuff, over 50, 60 bucks. That will be, because a lot of this is cheaper designers as far as price-wise, but only the Brave, the EDT, ambery, powdery, leathery, a little bit of citrus, some spice. Yeah, it's on the synthetic side, but it's still a really good fragrance. Don't let that gimmicky bottle fool you. God, it's been a while since I've worn this. This is still a great fragrance. And getting the eau de parfum reminded me of how much I used to enjoy with this one when I got it. And I want to get it in the rotation this fall. Again, it's a little too much for the summertime. I think the autumn season really suits this one. And it's got some pretty good performance, 6 to 8 hour range of longevity. Another one that I get decent life out of. That's kind of my wheelhouse. If I can get 6 to 8 hours of life out of a fragrance, I'm a happy camper. I don't need you to smell me from across the street. And I also don't need you to smell me 15 hours after I spray it. I'll take a shower way before that mark, So it's a good one. Can't wait to get it back in rotation. You should give it a run, too, if you've got it. It's Diesel, only the Brave EDT. A former affordable hype beast, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry clone house has made their version of it, so it gets lost in the shuffle. I still think one of the best inspiration interpretations of YSL Tuxedo ever is Moustache EDP from Rochas. It's still that good. I think it's a little smoother than most of your Latafas and the Alhambra ones and Paris Corner and Tom, Dick, Harry, me, myself, and Irene, and everybody else that's made one. You can get this really cheap. 75 mLs, 4 ounces. You can get them really cheap still in that $25 to $45 range, depending on bottle size and where you find them. It's smooth. It's amber benzoin, a little bit of patchouli, peppered vanilla. It's classy. It's elegant, but it's not too dressy to where you can't get away with wearing a t-shirt. If you really want to. A nice Henley, an Oxford, a quarter zip, if it's, a nice chill in the air. I think that type of attire and apparel really suits Moustache. It's good stuff, and there was a time when this was hyped to ever-living shit. It really was. And it still deserves some love. Just because some years have gone by and more fragrances have come out, it doesn't make previous hype monsters any less good, This is still a damn good fragrance, and this is one of the ones I was talking about. I need to reach back for myself, because this is a damn good fragrance, and it deserves some love, and I'm bringing back the love for it, damn it. It's going to be in my rotation at least once or twice this year. It's Moustache EDP. Still my favorite, depending on where you find it. You might see it and be like, man, this doesn't fall in your price bracket. I saw it for 80. Then you might see it for 51 and be like, okay, it's right in the price bracket. So it depends on the bottle size. It depends on where you look. There's a lot of fakes out there. Be wary on the eBay sites. Check your sellers. There's tons of legit sellers, but there's tons of bullshit on eBay and Amazon. So just make sure you research your sellers. You want well-established actual perfume stores. And then the discount sites. That's the best way to go. The real deal discount sites. Your Fragrance Nets, your Fragrance Buy, Frag Flex, Joma Shop, Olfactory Factory. Those Aura Fragrance. Those places. The Most Wanted. I know that was a lot of build-up. The Most Wanted from Azzaro. Still my favorite. Forever Wanted Elixir is really good. And that might be in the designer list. The regular designer list above $50, $60. But man, I just love the way the toffee, spice, amber comes across. I believe it's cardamom. It's ambery, it's woodsy, it's sweet. It's really long lasting. I like to wear it during the day, even more so than at night. It's supposed to be an evening fragrance, but I like wearing it during the day. On the milder, cooler days, because this is pretty sweet overall. I love the way this one smells. This is still my favorite. Forever Wanted Elixir is great. The Parfum's great. The EDT Intense is great. I like the entire Most Wanted line that they've flankered, which Forever Wanted. I don't know if they're supposed to be flankering the original Wanted or flankering the Most Wanted. Probably the original, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. The Black Bottle. This is still my absolute favorite. That hasn't changed for years and years. There's several Wanted fragrances have come out since this one. We've got the Parfum, the EDT Intense. We've had Wanted EDP and Forever Wanted Elixir. 4 Wanted fragrances have come out since this one. And I still say this is the best one. At least best meaning my favorite. Because there's no real best. Best is whatever your favorite is, and that changes from person to person. Because it's subjective art. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. There is no real best. There's no best anything. It's just a cool word to search that people like to use. That's why you see it in content. But for me, the best Wanted is the original Most Wanted. And it is so good for a crisp fall day or night. I've worn it a few times now. And I've seen I absolutely love it. I've seen it's too close to the original. I've seen it's not worth double the price of the original. Because the original's like 17. This one's 36. I know. Big, crazy, expensive fragrance. Nautica Voyage Intense. I've seen all over the spectrum because a fragrance that's going to be as popular as this, that is a flanker to the most sold Amazon fragrance of all time, it's going to get some heat, it's going to get some love, and it's going to get everything in between. And let me give it some love. Because you do smell the original. As you guys like to say, the watery cucumber smells. I like to say the crisp, not sweet green apple smell. I'm just one of the few and the proud that really doesn't get cucumber from it, as we always talk about with this. But it's got a nice hit of cedar. Way deep in the dry down, you get a little soft leather. But early on, you get a nice smoky cedar smell, a little incensey cedarwood smell with Nautica Voyage is basically what it is. It's a slightly more intensive smell. It does praise the original's DNA here. The original's DNA is at the forefront with some new added elements, some depth, a little bit more complexity added to it, really. Even though it's not a complex scent when you compare it to the original. That watery lotus flower, that fresh aquatic flower smell, you don't have as much of a musk as the original, but it's good. Great atomizer. See that, huh? Nautica upgraded their atomizer. It's pressurized, pressure sensitive. $36 range. Will it get cheaper? Maybe eventually. I don't know, but it's a $36 fragrance. It's a 50 ml. I like it. I think it's a great release from them. I'm super happy to have it. It's been great so far in the late summer. It's going to be great going into the fall. It's just great. I think it was a great release for them. I think it might be in one of my top 10 best designer releases of the year, because Nautica's a designer. They are. They're not Louis Vuitton. They're not Versace. They're in the category of your Ralph Laurens, of your Tommy Hilfigers, I think it's a great release. It's going to be a 50-50 split. I think some people will have it out there on those lists like that at the end of the year, and some people won't. And I'm starting to think I will the more I wear it, because I damn sure like it. I'll link it below from Amazon if you want to check it out. If you love the original, you're going to love this one. It's that simple. And it's a decent performer. 6, 7, 8 hour range longevity. It is a little bit stronger than the original. It's just not a beast by any means. Nautica Voyage Intense. Glad to have added this to my collection this year. We ended up doing a line review video. Was one of the reasons that kind of put some pep in my step to finally add it to the collection. And it's kind of my favorite. Of the original DNA anyway. Jimmy Choo Man Intense. Let's not forget about Jimmy Choo Man Intense, right? Fruity, peppery, woodsy, musky, very masculine, great daily wear, signature scent kind of stuff. Average to below average. You know, kind of average range and longevity. Not a strong projector. After about an hour, it really calms down. But boy, does that smell good. Very aromatic, bright, fresh, and peppery spiced. This is so good. This is so good. It's better than the original. I love the way the original one smells. And I like all of the flankers. I like all of them. But I think I'd keep this one even over Acqua. Acqua was my favorite one before this, but this is the one. You can still get it affordably in the $40-ish range, $35, $40 from discounters. Totally worth getting. Just know it's not a monster performer. It is a more intensive smell to the original. You do smell the original's DNA, all that fruitiness and everything, but it's a big hit of some fresh pepper. You know, it's very fresh and peppery. I love it. I love the way it smells. And I'm going to get it in the rotation this year. Jimmy Choo Man Intense. And a reach back from 2020. I really enjoyed this. Is one of my favorite releases of 2020. This is a reach back. This is the one that I sprayed on my skin when I was gathering these fragrances for the video last night. It's a toss-up between this one and the Cologne flanker for my favorite Eternity. But it's Calvin Klein Eternity Eau de Parfum. Boy, when's the last time you heard somebody talk about this fragrance? Been a while for myself. Been a long time since I've worn it. I sprayed it last night and I forgot how good it is. Green, spicy, aromatic. I'm going to spray my hand again. Great atomizer. Still affordable. $30 range. It gets no love. And it should. It takes the original and makes it better. The original was my dad's signature scent in the last couple of years of his life. Eternity EDT. And I don't even like the smell of Eternity EDT. I just have a bottle for nostalgia's sake because of him. And there it is, because I got it kind of sprayed all over the wrist too. Man, this is good. Spicy green. Nice hit of bergamot at the top. Juicy, juicy bergamot citrus. Woody, spicy green. Aromatic. Of much more spicy fougere is basically how you can look at this one. It's got all those green and spicy elements that you get from most aromatic fougères. It's just that much spicier. And I think that's what I've always liked about it. The color of the juice is very fitting. This darker green. Yeah, very much. Not super earthy, but there's a little bit of earthiness to it. It's that citrus, I believe it's bergamot. It's just so juicy. So juicy. And like I said, over the top, spicy green, woodsy, not a real musk dominant fragrance. I don't really get into malics and sweetnesses or anything like that. This is true, kind of old school masculine. I love it. It's fantastic. I do plan on getting it in the rotation. I wear a lot more Henleys, and I've been wearing polos a lot more than usual. I've always been a polo shirt kind of guy. And I really feel like, because that's kind of, I would say 40% of the time what I'm wearing these days, more so than just casual athletic apparel. Got a lot more going on off camera these days. And yeah, this will have a lot of opportunities, because that's the attire I would want to wear it with. And this will have a lot more opportunities this fall and going into winter to get in the rotation. So those of you that watch the week rotation, keep your eyes out for this, because this is super good and gets no love. This was on to the next one fragrance. It was hype. It was hot. New shit came out. People moved on. That's the downside of this community. So I'm going to bring it back to life in my rotation. Eternity EDP. Well, that's the 10 cheapies that I wanted to discuss. Could we have made it 15 or 20? Of course we could have. I've had a lot of long videos lately. This one's at 19 minutes and 20 seconds of raw footage already for 10. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down. We could always do a part 2. If you would like to see a part 2, please comment down below. If a bunch of you say it, I will do it, because I can absolutely do 10 more cheap fall fragrances. I could do a part 3. Honestly, I got some great affordable fall fragrances that we could discuss. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you leave, and we will see you on the next one.